Thank you for watching one of the first episodes of Gamers Ordnance. We'll be helping these gamers load back up on just paying attention to the game itself, man. Not all the rest of this stuff going on in this industry, just the game. Let me know what y'all think of the channel, what you don't like, what you do like. Is the videos too long, too short? Help your boy improve. I'm trying to go from this to this. Also, check out my other channel, ALU, where I'm talking about computers, how to clean them, how to build them, and going over the consoles and GPUs, all of that good stuff, man. Check that channel out too. On with the video. What is going on, everybody? So I got my first showing going on with my boy Jeff here, Gamers at Home, episode 1. We're going to be talking about a couple games, a couple new games that's coming out here that got competition with each other, and that is Marathon and Arc Riders. Now, I have played neither one of these two. I'm not an expert in extraction shooters. I'm familiar with Bungie, but I'm not a super expert is. But my man here is, so we're gonna be talking to him right now.
Wouldn't call myself an expert, but I've been a long time fan.
Yeah.
Definitely listening to.
So off
All
the
right,
rip, go ahead with your. I'm gonna hit you with some questions, but just your main thoughts looking at Marathon.
all right.
Go ahead. Your thoughts first.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's say, let's see. I've been a Bungie fan since Halo Combat Evolved.
Mm.
Bungie has always innovated in games to a point to where when you play their games, it's always top notch. It's always the highest level of that genre that they're, in the first person shooter genre. They're always doing things that just makes the first person shooter just that much better, right? And whatever genre that they're using this first person shooter in that much better, whether it's looter shooter like they did with Destiny, whether it was just a first person shooter back in the day like they did with Combat Evolve, Halo, bringing it to console, bringing first person shooters to console, or if you go back even further to the original Marathon, when they kind of innovated to the point to where we all use mouse and keyboard now, not just keyboard.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Bungie has been there always defining everything that they touch, but
Mm-hmm.
yet this time in Marathon, I don't feel that. Like I don't feel that's what they're doing in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like they're trying to play catch up, and they don't really know how to truly innovate in the area that they are. I believe they do know how to, but I think they're trying to chase. They're trying too hard to chase other aspects of the extraction shooter that is pretty much keeping them from doing their own little thing to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like they're trying to be like Tarkov. They're trying to be like a Tarkov light instead of just being their own thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's where Arc Raiders on the competition right here for Marathon right now, which is Arc Raiders. That's what they're doing.
Mm.
They're doing what Destiny could have done. I mean, they're doing what Bungie could have done. Embark is doing what Bungie could have done with Marathon,
Mm-hmm.
and that is making the PVE element, you know, fully um the PVE element fully integrated with the PvP experience. Like it feels like a PvE game, but with the PvP experience to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Bungie still has a chance to do that with Marathon, but I think they have some things that they really got to work on from here and into launch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like the art style, right? Arc Raiders looks beautiful. It's undeniable how amazing that game looks, how it sounds. It's just great all around. And then you have all these other aspects topped on top of it. With Marathon, all you have right now is gunplay, mostly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's good. Gunplay is important, and it is a first person shooter, right? So gunplay is important, but and the PvE is strong. It you can't ignore it, which is a good thing, but it's just not interesting. You know, all they got is the UNESC soldiers, and
Stuff.
that's it. Like, that's just the same bots that come out all the time. You see it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Arc Raiders already have several different enemy types, and
Mm-hmm.
it's still just debated just like Marathon. So it's like, but they already have, at least if I remember, 5 different enemy types, if not more. But what's coming to mind right now is 5 different types.
Mm.
So I mean, it's like what Bungie has a lot to show. They got a lot to show. They got a lot more they need to bring out. They need a lot more they need to
Explain and
bring to
show.
the. Yeah, they got to bring a lot more to the table. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot more they need to bring. Like need more enemy types. Need better. Like the maps look kind of decent. Some of them look kind of small though on Marathon. I haven't played Marathon. I just need to point this out right here. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't played it. I have played Arc Raiders,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna just be honest with you. All it takes is eyes. You don't have to play it to see the difference. It just takes eyes. You watch a Marathon video, then watch an Arc Raiders video, and tell me
Yeah.
what you think.
All
You know what I'm saying?
right. All right. Well, let me get into the 5 questions for you. Kind of touched on them, but yeah, let's talk about them. So the first question I got is how you feel about the look, just in general, of the game. The look itself.
Marathon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I understand the art style direction, but I feel like they haven't. It feels incomplete.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It feels like it's not. It should look better. You know,
Yeah.
like you remember the little short cinematic that they put with the game.
Yeah. I got it playing right now.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah,
What you talking
exactly.
about? The first
So
one, the very first one, years ago, or the
no,
short?
this one right here is fine. But
Okay.
the first one too.
Yeah.
But it just looks that when I think about the direction that they're trying to take the game,
Mm.
that's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like that's impossible to reach with
No.
in-game gameplay.
No. I mean this practice it was made in game.
So how come we can't get it like this?
Yeah.
Play it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Mm.
So I feel like yeah, they need to I mean hope I mean it's alpha stage, so maybe when the game launches it's gonna look like that, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
If it does, I feel like nobody's gonna complain about the graphics. Because that's a cool art style. I like that art style.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel the same way about it. Um, it kind of makes me laugh because some of the stuff looks like when a 3D artist first gets started. You know, it's kind of like he's just putting textures on stuff and stuff is just blocky looking. But
Mm-hmm.
when I look at it, like you said, when I look at it here, it looks a whole lot cleaner. It looks a whole lot more together. And what I think with a little time, a little more time in the oven, especially for how the game, the light,
Months.
yeah, the light, the light of the game. Let me restart it. I think the light of the game, if they get that down pat, I think it'll look a whole lot better. But I actually like the all the lines and the futuristic graffiti and the racing type thing. Like I know the name marathon means something totally different, but if I look at it now, it makes me feel like I'm running a marathon because of all the little like racing lines and racing patterns everywhere, you know. And the artist actually was inspired by Formula One, oddly enough, and a bunch of other things. So regardless of like it looking cheesy right now because it does in some forms, I feel like you said, if they get it matching like this, I think I think it'll look better. But overall, I do kind of like the look of it. I like how it's different from the rest of the shooters out there. You know, the army and the real life gun look. I like the difference in this stuff. I really do. I think it's a breath of fresh air a little bit.
I feel like the art. I feel like with the current um, fidelity they have with the art, that if they can't get it to look better, they should have
Fidelity.
went with a cell shaded style.
Yeah.
because it's not working with the current way they got it set up. They need better shaders. They need better lighting. Like a lot more stuff needs to go into place. And they're using a pretty old engine in that game. They're using the same engine they made in Destiny 2.
Yeah.
So it's like how much more can they pump out of that engine? Don't
Mm-hmm.
really know. Which I have a theory that the reason why they took this art style in the first place is so that they could try to pump out next gen looking graphics with a very basic looking look to it. So that's why I think it's to eliminate because of course they're gonna want smooth frame rates and stuff like this for PC players and all that kind of stuff. They're gonna want the game to run very smooth with no problems
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to be a competitive game.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they pretty much want to limit the amount of textures and stuff that's in the game so that the game run better. They're not saying that, but I feel like that's a part of the reason why they took this specific art style. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Because it kind of removes extra clutter. Like if you look at this and then like you hop into Destiny and
Yeah.
you look at Destiny,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot more going on inside Destiny than this.
Yeah.
You know, so I think they're trying to like what's the word I want to use? They want to minimize. You know, they want to minimalize as much as you know
Parts.
assets and stuff that they have on
Right.
the
Parts,
in the
pieces.
game. Yeah,
We can just do
yeah.
textures off because I mean you can what how they got it now. I mean you can throw a texture on it and look totally different. Like half of this stuff ain't nothing. Nah, I take not half of it, but like her, right? I mean if you look at the styles, it's just textures. The same body,
Hmm.
the same thing. It's just the color of stuff. So I mean yeah, they
Yeah.
can get away with that like tenfold. All right, next question. The gameplay. How you feel the gameplay is going to be?
I think the gameplay gonna be top notch. It's Bungie. You know what I'm saying? They already got the formula. They got the first person shooter formula already in. You know, if it feels like Halo is still gonna play great. Halo is one of the greatest first person shooters ever. It's legendary.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that they create that feels that way, it's always gonna work. It's always gonna feel good.
I was gonna say, do
So
you think? Because I hear a lot of that too. And you're right. I mean, my most experience I got with them is the Ceros and Destiny 2.
yeah.
Love that daggone Ceros, but all their guns always felt great. But who do you think the cats at Call of Duty like match that type of feel? Like are they handling it top notch too? That's just a question off the fly. I was thinking who compares with that because I hear that a lot, but then
Mm,
I think about the Call of Duty team, and I also think about Rare with GoldenEye, if you will. Um,
yeah.
yeah, like what makes Bungie Bungie? Because I hear that a lot, but like what makes them Bungie Bungie? You know?
It's well for me, I think mostly it's like with the controller itself. I don't know they haven't made a PC specific game in a long time. Marathon was the last time they did that. But I think what it is, it's like the unique handling of every different weapon. Every weapon feels different, but still it feels different, but it still plays extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
Like targeting, just landing your shots, bro. It's I've never had a problem with feeling like something's wrong with landing my shots. Something like Call of Duty is a little different because time to kill is so quick on Call of Duty. Like even if it did handle bad, you wouldn't really notice it
Mm-hmm.
because time to kill is so quick. You don't really gotta you don't really gotta try too hard to but Call of Duty it's been the same too for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Call of Duty's controls. Like Call of Duty's been top notch too.
Mm-hmm.
Battlefield was top notch, back in the day. Um, what other game you had mentioned?
Uh,
I think you brought up another one.
I said GoldenEye, Rare,
Oh yeah,
Perfect
well
Dark.
yeah that. But see, the thing about Rare though, they use that old school Nintendo controller. I mean, we'd have to play a new version of one of those games nowadays to see if it still holds up.
Mm-hmm.
You know that that banana that banana controller wasn't. It was. I don't think it was ideal for shooters, in my opinion, but it worked.
Got you. All right. What about the story? How do you think the story gonna be?
Man, they have so much to work from, and that's another thing I want to bring up. I want to bring up Arc Raiders again. This
Mm-hmm.
is a completely new IP, brand new, and it's extremely interesting. Like it's like it's like you want to know what's going on in this world that exists in, right? When I watched Marathon, I watched hours upon hours of Marathon because I wanted to get into that game and play it too because I've been looking for it for years. There was nothing that seemed interesting in it. Like when I played it, I mean not when I played it, but like when people are playing it, like while you're playing it, I don't feel this
Since they want to play it.
same vibe of like inch of curiosity and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of the cut scenes and stuff like that are very interesting. All of the trailers and stuff very interesting. Get you really caught up into wanting to see this world, and then when you see the world, it's like none of that stuff is there. It's like there's none of it's present. Like you don't
Mm-hmm.
feel it. You know what I'm saying? And you barely feel it in the environment when you play it. Like when you play Arc Raiders, you can sense the story that's taking place in this game
Mm-hmm.
as you're out in these wastelands looking for scrap, looking for loot and stuff like that, and you can hear the sounds of drones flying over. You can tell that these drones have taken over human society.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell that this world is empty right now because these things are out here flying around everywhere, and there's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Just that setting itself tells the story, and you feel it. It's like a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And it's like there's no vibe when you like the closest thing to the vibe of Marathon is the graphic style. But like these robots and stuff that's walking around on here, like you don't really. I don't know. It doesn't seem. It almost seems like when the robots show up in Marathon, it's like it's just to add NPCs to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Not like they're already supposed to be there. You know what I mean? Like they don't feel like it's a part of the story or a part. It's like it's not telling. Like it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a
They're just there, right? It's
not the same.
NPCs.
It's not the same,
Yeah.
huh?
They're just kind of
It
just
just seems like
there.
yeah, this is like some enemies they just throw out there to you know screw up your your whole looting session. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like let's throw some robots out there to hinder these fools a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
While in Arc Raiders is like you go out there and it's like oh snap, you know I'm on the surface. There's robots everywhere. I got to be careful. I gotta avoid getting caught by these these machines and stuff. And I gotta it's like it's a part. It's already a part of the environment. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, but
Yeah,
it's just a
I
whole
feel you.
different vibe. It's a
Yeah, it's
whole different
just
vibe.
the like storytelling comes in like a lot of different ways and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm guessing what you're saying is correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of like let me think of another game like not a part of this. Like it's like uh let me say it's kind of like a fighting game. You know, it's like you go from stage 1, 2, and then you fight an enemy that's part of the story. You know, it's like you playing with Ken and you run into Ryu. You know, Ryu's part of the story. It's like you're fighting this enemy for a purpose. You're fighting this
Hmm.
enemy is more grounded because this enemy is tied to something of the character that you're playing with. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's just kind of
I
like,
get.
go ahead.
I'll give you another example. Like Titanfall.
Mm-hmm.
When you play Titanfall, and as you play through the story of Titanfall 2, everything feels like it's supposed to be there. The environment, all the stuff that's happening on the game, it's like it's also telling a story, not just or even like something like Death Stranding. Just all you're doing in Death Stranding mostly is walking, right? But as you walk through the terrain and as you see all the stuff that's going on, it's telling you the story about what happened in that world.
Yeah.
Like you see it. You know what I'm saying? You know that something happened. You can see that things was going good at one point, and then something happened and just took everything away. And it's like it's telling a story, like just using the environment itself and then the characters that's in the environment.
Yeah, when I think about it in that way that you just said, I think I think that's besides like the extraction part of this game. I think that's what a lot of people's complaining about, and a lot of it that's missing is that story part of it, and nothing is saying like, oh, like it used to be an old alien ship, and then they did this, and they got this and everything. They started like manufacturing the humans and started getting the 3D printing. Like nothing is leading up to, we used to have to draw. Now we have a printer. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is leading up to that
Hmm.
while you're playing. I think in Bungie games, even for myself, like I said, I'm not a huge. I played Destiny 1 and 2 and played Destiny 2 extensively all the way up to, what was it? Got the name of that DLC for Forsaken. But still, even that story to me is one of the greatest because it's like it as you was playing it, even though a lot of them wasn't in the game, it still was a build up. You go back and you talk and there's a new story beat and it's like it made you keep wanting to go. You're figuring out the story as you go. And I think
Yeah.
people want that and they're used to that and they don't have it here. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just getting told in the little shorts, which looks like you said, the shorts look awesome, but ain't none of that in the game for build up. And I think besides what the art style and everything, I think that's the main thing people are complaining about, especially Bungie fans. It's
I
like there's
mean, and then
nothing.
music,
Yeah, yeah.
sound that's going on in the like it is not there. Like I mean, it says pre-alpha. It says this is an alpha. Okay, so since see a lot of people are not thinking like they're calling it alpha for a reason because I think what people are playing right now is the oldest is a previous version of what they actually got going on in the game. So this is the alpha version that they're playtesting. I'm thinking that the game has been updated to a point to where I'm pretty sure the visuals look different now. I'm pretty sure a lot of the stuff
You think so,
is
man?
looking better.
You think so? You think it's
Yeah,
gonna look
yeah, yeah,
better than
man.
this?
I I want to believe that. This is what I'm hoping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That we're just looking at this alpha version of the game. In alpha stages of a game, there's when it comes down to visuals and other elements like that, that's not there because it's right now they're just testing out the the functionality of the game, making sure everything is working like it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
All of the all the mechanics and stuff in the game is working properly. And then when they go into beta, that's when they actually do the touch ups and make everything look better and then add the personality to the game. You know what I'm saying? That's when they put in the shaders and put in all the different things to make it look good and add all the story elements into it and all that kind of stuff. So I am hoping that we're just looking at a old version of Marathon that they're just trying to make sure that this is what I think this test run is all about. They're not trying to show off the game, what the game is and how it is and all that kind of stuff. What I think they're trying to do is grade how they should position people on the maps, like how they should spawn people on the maps,
Yeah, because I heard that was
how
a little
many
bit of a
people
problem.
how many people should be on the maps, huh?
I heard that was a little bit of a problem, being spawned in and getting shot. I only heard two streamers talk about it, but getting
Yeah.
spawned in and then immediately getting shot up.
Hmm. They're also testing out the amount of NPCs and how much this, I think they're just trying to get the feel of the players that they want to streamline the feel as good as possible. So I feel like they're trying to just get that. I think a lot of stuff everybody's worried about might not be as bad. I feel like they probably going to be adding that stuff within the next 6 months, and I think the next 6 months, I'm hoping that the next 6 months is all going to be about increasing the aesthetics, making everything feel good and sound good, and you know,
Hold up, right quick.
story
I'm
elements and everything into it.
Is it shell shaded, man? I'm looking at this gameplay. Hold on.
No, it's not cell shaded. Looks like it, but it's not.
Can you see what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about, but it's not cell shaded though.
Yeah.
that look that he has, the art style design for it. Because it uses very it's using matte on top of gloss.
Yeah. Got you. Got
So
you.
everything is like very flat looking
Mm-hmm.
because of the matte.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you mentioned aesthetics. I think one thing they need to do, 'cause I'm not gonna lie to you, I like it, but I think one thing they need to do is all the stuff that they got, like the lines and the writings, they just need to smallen it up. Like it looks too Lego-ish right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like every little text, they
Mhm.
need to just shrink it down. You know, make it look a little bit more serious instead of like a big old poster board on everything. Even though I do like that look, but yeah.
Like I feel like once like I could imagine like even in this scene right here,
Mm.
once they add the shading, once they add the lighting effects and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
reflections, the surface reflections and stuff like that, I think the game could look really good.
Mm-hmm.
The shadowing and everything like that will make everything stand out and pop out better. But since they don't have all that in there, I think it just looks like crap, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I feel like the animations need to be a little better too, though. Which typically in the alpha state, most of the animations are like placeholders. They're not final animations anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe all that stuff's gonna be different too. So
Okay. I.
I mean, I've heard the rumors that it's going to have raid level mechanics in the end game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they do that, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome because it arc raiders already have that. I think there was a playtest that happened recently. The devs added the mother, into the game, and it's like this huge arc. It's like building size arc that just walks around like a giant spider,
Mm-hmm.
beaming lasers at everybody. And just if people on the map don't work together to kill it,
Yeah.
they will die.
All right.
Like it really forces everybody to work together.
All right.
Like you can't be enemies while that thing is there. You know.
I'm gonna switch over to Arc Riders here in a second on a stream I've been kind of watching on it. Two more questions. So again, thank you for watching. What did we do good? What did we do bad? Are you looking for more? Are you not looking for more? Please let me know. Also check out the discount code from Redragon. Put in the code ALU/NESgames for a discount. Really trying to get this thing to grow, man, and get back to just video games. There's too much going on in the industry right now, and for any developers, main developers, let's just get back to just making a good game. That's it. Let's load back up, man.